Yo, what is good? Alright, I'm on here. I'm going to do Sagittarius one more time. Because when I went to upload it to my Facebook page, people were saying the link wasn't working. So I have it uploaded to YouTube already. And I haven't really gotten any complaints, but I haven't gotten any views on it either. Like 2 views. And I think those views literally came from me. So I'm feeling like something is wrong with that video. And it will only play for me. So Sagittarius, we're going to do this again. I already meditated over your cards and shuffling this last deck because I just pulled it out. And we're going to get into your energy, my friends. Let's see what's going on with y'all. We had 2 cards already flipped up, so fuck it, I'm going to read it. What cards were flipped up? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So those are the 2 that just were flipped over. We'll see if they come back out. I might even... Let's pull for some love first. Nope, we're not. We're going to just see what comes out. We're going to start with tarot. Alright, Sag. As you know, it's a general reading. All the messages cannot and probably will not resonate, so you're going to have to take the messages that do resonate and leave the ones behind that do not fit your storyline. Only you know your story. I just pull the cards on the messenger, so you have to tap into your own intuition to know if this is your story or not. Do not make things fit into your story that you know are not your story. So let's get into it. We're going to see what comes out. I might have to move this incense, but I like seeing the smoke in the video. What else is coming out for you, Sag? We need 4 more cards for Sagittarius. Okay. Starting to get this story already. 1 more card for your overall energy. The card I'm pulling right now is your overall energy. Alright. Alright, guys. So, your overall energy, Sag, is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups. So, this card, it definitely represents a loss. This is the 2 cups sitting up there are like the 2 of Cups. Your partnership, happy relationship card, equal eye-to-eye type of relationship card. But right here, you can see this person's looking very upset about these 2 cups. So upset about a relationship. So I'm feeling like you guys are definitely upset about something that possibly did not work out. There could have been a relationship that you were in that did not work out, but we have these 3 cups, so maybe it didn't work out due to a 3-party situation. There could have been more than 1 person involved, or you couldn't get this person to fully commit to you. There was always someone lingering in the background, and it did not work out, so you're feeling upset, but you don't realize that you have these 2 cups that are still standing, even though you got 3 that are falling. So you do still have something that's coming in. Also, I always see like these clouds and like these smokestacks looking type of figures or symbolization on the card. I always see this as like messages from the divine. So I feel like as you're like upset and sorry about what's happened and in a state of remorse, I feel like the divine is still trying to give you messages to let you know, like, don't worry, everything that happens, as we all know, happened for a reason, and you still have these 2 cups standing, but you're going to have to look up, get over the grief, and then look up to realize that you do have 2 cups, which could be a soulmate connection or at least a strong relationship. So in your past, the first card I pulled is the 9 of Swords. So in the near past, I'm feeling like this is like more so near. It could even be something that built up to this, because we got like these 9 swords is reminding me kind of like a ladder. So it could be like over the course of 9 months, you finally fell to your knees and was just totally done with something. Or over the course of, this could even be 9 years for some guys. But for some reason, I'm seeing more like 9 months. Over the course of 9 months, it's like the first sword, all right, second sword, third sword, but once you got down to the ninth sword, you're like, I'm fucking done, yo. I'm just fucking, I wash my hands of it, you feel me? So, now in your near past, I feel like once you got the knee drop going on, and you were totally upset and done with the situation, this is when you decided, or basically began to get temperance within yourself. Now we talk about temperance, that's more so about you tempering your emotions. Now tempering your emotions, I feel like goes back to what I was saying. Oh, these ashes gonna mess my board up. So tempering your emotions, I feel like goes back to what I was saying about everything happening for a reason. I feel like that's what you're realizing as you're tempering your emotions. Like, okay, I was in this situation and I'm tired of being in it. I don't like the way it turned out. I wish it didn't have to turn out this way. But if it is turning out this way, it must be going this way for a reason. Which takes me back to these divine messages. I feel like that is a divine hit that you're getting from your spirit guides, letting you know, like, no, I know you're sad, and it's okay to be sad. When things don't go as planned, or things take a, like, especially if you were dealing with a relationship, or even if this was a business partnership, or even a job that you worked at for years. If you end up getting in a place where you leave this job, it was unexpected, or you just can't take it anymore, and you have to leave, or you get terminated, whatever it is, there's no issue in taking that time out to really reflect and be a little down. I'm sure if this was a job, you had coworkers that you fucked with. You enjoyed dealing with these people and going out after work on the days y'all did that. So, you know, or if it was a relationship, yes, you can allow yourself the time to heal from the relationship and reflect on it and have your sad moments. But what you gain in your temperance, I feel like you are realizing, even if you're still in that sad state, that, okay, I am sad, but I do know that all of this stuff is happening for my highest good. So even though I'm sad, I'm going to realize that this is all happening for me, not to me. It's one of the biggest things I've been saying to like 2019, even like the end of 2018, nothing happens to us. Things only happen for us. You feel me? Even if something negative as hell happens, it's all about how you deal with that situation to determine even if it happened to you or for you. And technically, so let's say if someone was out hustling, selling drugs, they get caught up, go to jail. Yeah, I mean, they got to do a bid, sit it down for a couple years. They could say, that shit happened to me, but really, did it? Or did you happen to yourself? Did the act of you going out, putting yourself in that level of risk, that level of danger, like you did that? And also, once you're in that situation, maybe you needed to sit down so you could really reflect on the choices that you are fucking making. So did that really happen to you, or did God sit you down for you? You feel me? So it's like, that's just the example I use, but we can, use your own example that fits your life. So in your future though, we have the Magician card, and this is all going back to, even though you're sad, even though you're upset about what it may have taken place, and we'll clarify and get deeper to see what happened. Even though you may be upset about it, you do know that something is coming in, and you really are realizing and understanding. I feel like damn near 90% of you has fully comprehended the fact that this is something that actually needed to happen for your betterment, because you're playing a magician. So it's almost like when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. You feel me? So whatever tools you got left on this table, you're doing whatever you can do with them. And I feel like it's more like a mental and a heart space thing. So I feel like you're really playing the alchemist. So it's like, even though you were left with a broken heart, you're learning how to find temperance and balance yourself out and still be able to create from your heart space from a good place. Even though you were left with your heart damaged, you're able to be the magician, heal your shit, and then manifest from that same spot where you were damaged from, which is some magical shit. You feel me? So the next card in your future is the Eight of Staves. You got the Eight of Staves for your next card in the future. And this is talking about you sending out messages. The Eight of Staffs is always like that Cupid card to me. Someone shooting out messages of love or fire or passion. So let's clarify. Let's see what the Five of Cups is about. Alright, so the Five of Cups, like I said, you were definitely... I'm feeling relationship vibes in this. I'm feeling like, yeah, because look, the Hermit card came out. So I'm feeling like you were definitely in a relationship that did not work in your favor and you guys split up. And after this, you went into Hermit mode. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Virgo. I haven't really been calling out these signs. But some of you guys could be dealing with a Virgo. So, you could have even fasted. Because this guy's looking like he's skinny. This Hermit is skinny. And the Hermit doesn't always look like this. So you could have been so upset that you haven't really been eating much. But also, I'll say this. When you start really getting spiritual knowledge, what I've realized from my own experience is it's not that you don't need to eat, but you do get your sustenance from a different place when you start going in spiritually. So a lot of times, like today, it's what? Like 10 o'clock. And I ate, what, like some spaghetti at like 12 for lunch. And that was it. And I'll probably eat a snack or something later. I got some rotisserie chicken and a salad. I might do that. Or I'll probably just do a salad. Something light. Because that really, I like to, I'm reading these books to teach me how to tap into my energy better. As far as meditating, how to get deeper into my meditation. And they're saying that eating a light diet before bed, like something real light. This guy suggested like nuts. Like a handful of nuts before bed for dinner. And that's it. And when I say before bed, I mean like around 9 o'clock. I don't go to bed till late as hell. But for your dinner, something like nuts, water, I mean a light salad, something like that. So that's kind of what I've been trying to get into, is eating my heavier meals in the daytime and super light at night so I can really tap in and even get my spiritual downloads while I'm in my sleep. Because when you eat heavy, you sleep heavy. And it puts you in such a deep state where it's hard for you to receive those messages. You feel me? So I feel like, I don't feel like you were, you may have thought that you were not eating because you were depressed, but I don't think it was that. I think you weren't eating because you were actually getting these divine, like, light codes from even the moon, the sun. I feel like you were getting messages and really tapping in deeper spiritually, which was basically decreasing your appetite because you were getting your sustenance from a different place, so you're not eating as much. And this is the crazy thing. You could even be gaining weight because you do have the Buddha effect that comes into this. When you start to get your spiritual enlightenment, sometimes people can start to actually gain a little bit of weight from that. So, you know, everyone's different. Mine goes to my forehead. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's where all my spiritual knowledge goes. It's all stored right here, baby. And that's why you see that light shining off of it. It's the light of God. The light of God. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. But anyway, so I feel like you guys went into deep hermit mode to really get your spiritual guidance. And see, you guys wanted to know, fuck the 3D shit, fuck the breakup. Why the fuck am I going through this bullshit? Haven't I been a good person? Don't I do people right? Why me, God? These are the questions you were asking, and God started answering your questions. But I feel like you weren't asking them from a defeated standpoint. I don't feel like you were asking them as the victim. I feel like in the past, something like this could have happened to you and you were the victim. Like when you asked God, like, why? You was in straight victim mode with that shit in the past. But this time, when you asked, you just truly wanted to know why. Like, nah, this is like a test. Like, I just truly want to know why. I'm not trying to play the victim. I need to understand why so I can make the adjustments so I can pass the test the next time. So I feel like you guys are starting to even realize that life is full of tests. And really, life is nothing but an ongoing series of fucking lessons that you learn. And then it's followed by the test. Just like in school. So we go through our shit. or maybe we've gone through relationships in high school or as young adults. These were all lessons in the relationship, and then we'll get hit with a test. Like, okay, now I'm gonna send this fool to you. Did you learn anything? He's gonna have some of the, maybe I'll hide the attributes because first of all, you just took a lesson. So I'm not gonna make it super clear for you. Like, I'm not gonna send a guy that, or a female that is clearly an asshole, because you just studied on the art of asshole for the last 2 years with the last asshole. So you should be prepared enough that I can send someone to you that doesn't even look like an asshole, doesn't feel like one, and you should still be able to spot them. Why? Because you have gotten your motherfucking doctorate in asshole activity, whatever. You know what I mean? The art of being an asshole. You got your doctorate in it. So that would be your test. And it depends on what you truly learned in your lessons. I feel like you guys are starting to truly understand that life is nothing but a series of lessons followed by the test. Then after you're done with that test, lesson followed by the test. Now, once you pass certain tests, so if this is a relationship, some people really do, like, this is real, y'all. Some people really do fall in true love, really want to be with that person, really love them forever. Yeah, I mean, not saying things don't go wrong. Not saying people don't fuck up, but I'm saying there are people out there, real love is fucking real, y'all. It's not a fucking figment of our imagination, but we've been conditioned to not even, for one, to not be able to really recognize true real love when it's in our face. And for two, to be so caught up in the material, the egotistical, and what the vision of love is supposed to be. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I feel like you're just really starting to tap in to what this is and why you were placed here, why you're going through certain things. And because you did that, you're being allotted the good fortune of this wheel. The wheel of fortune's coming to you. Now, I feel like there is something going on. Let me clarify. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Staffs with the Love Oracle, with the Romance Angels. I never clarify tarot with Oracle decks. I used to, when I first started. For some reason, I stopped clarifying tarot with Oracle cards. I think I got so good at knowing the cards, you know what I mean? Before, when I first started, I used to clarify tarot with Oracle because it would help me to learn the story more if I couldn't decipher the tarot card. But now it's like I can just clarify with a tarot card because I know them so well. But for this particular one, with this Eight of Staffs, you shooting out them messages, them fiery love messages, I feel like the Romance Angel deck would be the best deck to clarify with. Okay, so yeah, the first, let me get one more card. Alright, so what I'm seeing, y'all. Okay, so to clarify the Eight of Staffs, to clarify this Eight of Staffs, first card that came out is the Flirt card. Flirt. Now, this is saying extend your light-hearted energy to others. So this Eight of Staffs is definitely showing you wanting to extend your light-hearted energy. I think you're extending it to others as far as loved ones, close friends. Even if you work at a job, you got coworkers. I think you are being very light-hearted and sweet to people. But as far as this goes, I feel like there is really a particular person, a love interest, that you want to shoot these arrows out to. Now, in other decks, these arrows are already released and in the air. But in this deck, he's still holding the arrows. He hasn't released them yet. So I feel like you want to send out some type of message of love. You want to approach someone, but you haven't quite done it yet. And you probably haven't done it yet because you're still in the midst of your temperance and your hermit mode. And let's say you're, because this is my thing, I've been single for 2 years, but actively, well, I ain't gonna say actively healing, because the first year of my breakup was a different type of healing. That's where I just kind of got back into myself. I bought my studio equipment, started recording my music, learned how to mix and master my own shit, and really got deep into, like, my 3D self and doing the things that you sometimes lose sight of when you're in a relationship, making sure I got back to me. That was year number 1. So year number 2 was a fucking crazy year after the breakup, and that's when I really stepped back into my spiritual shit. And I was already, I'm always listening to lectures and doing all that. But year number 2 is when everything really started hitting off for me, right? So now I'm at the tail end of I'm in year 3 now of being single. And yes, I would love to send out messages of love or, date, whatever, just to go out and kick it. Not even nothing serious. But when you go through something that puts you in this much hermit mode, this much contemplation, this much self-discovery, it's almost like, am I ready to let go of that? Like, I finally found a spot where I'm so in love with myself. Do I trust myself? That's what I feel like it is. Do you trust yourself to actually get into something with someone that I feel like you're very passionate about? Because it's the 8 of staffs. That's passion. So it's like someone that you're very, very passionate with. You're wondering, or you're scared not knowing if you even trust yourself to do this. Is this going to be something that leaves you in this feeling from your last one? So I feel like you are holding back just to kind of give yourself a little extra time to temper yourself out and make sure that you're truly ready to, pull the trigger on this. So honeymoon is the next card that came out. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So honeymoon came out. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. The next holiday, we got Easter coming up. And then we got all the summer holidays. 4th of July is like one of the big ones. I mean, President's Day is in the fall, I believe. But yeah, so you got Easter and you got the 4th of July. So some of you guys could be enjoying these days or these moments with this person. But I feel like at the end of the day, if it's not really have to do with a honeymoon, if it doesn't have anything to do with a holiday, then it's just you really wanting to retreat with someone. Like, I think, when you go on a honeymoon, you usually leave town, go to a hotel, whatever. I feel like you want to go get a room with someone and truly, this isn't like one of the things where you get a room and fuck all day. No, I feel like you want to get a room and really just get to know this person on an intimate level. So, not to say fucking won't be done, but I feel like this more so is you wanting to truly just get to know someone. I think there's someone that you have in mind that you're passionate for, and you truly want to get to know them. So you want to do this retreat with them, not for the sole purpose of having sex, but to just get to know this person better. And if sex happens along the way, then it just happens to happen. But I don't even think that's even in your brain space. I don't think you're worried about sex at all. I think you're really worried about... I think in your past... That's what it is. I think in your past, your relationships were more sexually based and passionate based. And also, good chemistry. I think you dealt with people that you had good chemistry with. But as far as the actual, the soul connection, not to say you guys weren't soulmates, because you could have dealt with soulmates, but that person that's supposed to be with you. I feel like these people were supposed to be with you. Even, okay, so say if you were dealing with someone, it was just passion and a lot of chemistry. If you were in that situation, I feel like at the time that you were doing it, you were there too. Y'all were eye to eye. Y'all seen that shit eye to eye. Y'all both wanted that type of relationship. At some point, and I'm not even seeing anything about your past person, but at some point, you realize that it's not just all about passion and sex and even chemistry. Now, of course, all three of these things are necessary. You have to be passionate about the person that you're with. You have to have good sex with the person that you're with. And you have to have chemistry with the person that you're with. Yes, all three very important things, but they're not the most important things. The most important things are more so, what are your common morals? Now, everyone's not the same. So basically what you believe in, or like basically where I'm headed in life. Let's say I'm a person who, For me, I'm very, very self-motivated. So I can get myself up. If the whole, like right now, Corona, the whole fucking world could be ending, and I'm going to do something to motivate myself to do something that's going to make some shit shake. Whether it's for me or whether it's for y'all, the collective. Whatever it is, I'm self-motivated. So, but it wasn't until I got into myself to really realize that. Of course, we notice things about ourselves, but it's not until you really start dissecting yourself. Like, you gotta treat yourself like a motherfucking science project and put yourself in the petri dish and then fucking go up, you know what I mean, look into the microscope on yourself and really pick yourself apart and see how you tick. So for me, I learned that, okay, I'm a self-motivator. I could be, and the reason why I learned this is because I started looking back on my life, like, whoa, there's many times where I've been really fucking down and out. Like, there's times in my life where people clearly thought, Jen's never fucking coming back. It's done. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. You're done. You feel me? I was in those places before. So, and with no real help other than just my own spirit and, of course, God and them really looking out for me and having my back even when I didn't know that they was having my back. So, with all that being said, where am I going with this? Okay, yeah, so with all that being said, once I figured out that, okay, I'm self-motivated. Therefore, I need to be with someone that is self-motivated. It would be hard for me to be with someone that needs me to motivate them. You feel me? Like, not that I can't motivate you. I can, but if you're not self-motivated, all of my motivation is really just a waste. And it's actually depleting from myself because I'm a self-motivated person. So if I have to always motivate you, that's taking away the energy of the motivation I need to motivate myself. You feel me? So these are just things that I had to learn about myself. So this is what I'm talking about when I say, of course, sex, chemistry, and passion, very important. But it's those little minute things that I feel like you started tapping into. Like, oh, wait, I don't like this because I'm not like this. And I can't really deal with someone who does that or sees things these ways because that actually is counterproductive for what I feel and for where I'm going in life. So that's how I feel like you are feeling now about your relationships. In the past, it was more passion, chemistry, sex. And those things made you feel very filled up. But now it's like those things aren't all enough. You still need those things, but it's the other shit that really is going to be like the icing on top of the cake. You feel me? So then we got let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So when I saw let go of control issues, it took me back to this Eight of Staves card, where it's like you are truly trying to control where this goes. This reminds me of someone who's trying to hit their target. So they're like, nope, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Like, you're even doing that old school shit. You know what I mean? Like, remember playing football before you kick the ball off or whatever, street football and shit. You lick your finger and put it up in the air so you can see which way the wind was blowing. You know what I mean? Because you can feel the wind blowing like up. So if you felt the wind blowing up against your finger this way, you knew like, oh shit, I'm about to kick the fuck out of this because the wind's coming at me this way. You feel me? So I feel like that's what you're doing. Like, you're doing all that. Put my hand up. All right. No, yeah, I mean, you've been there fucking doing this shit. Maybe for 8 weeks, 8 days, whatever. 8 months for some of you guys. Yeah, so I feel like, not to say you should just do anything reckless, but you might want to at least throw one of these out. That's another thing. You got way too many. Just throw the first one and then worry about the other 7 after that. And let it, and basically once you throw the first one, that kind of can start the ball moving. And then from there, take your hands off of it and just see where the fuck it goes. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling about that. So now we want to see. Let me clarify this Wheel of Fortune. Give me something for the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune. Really? Fuck it, I'll get it in a minute. Alright, so the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like it's showing you Maya just came in my head, that song. I'm moving on, yes I am. I'm moving on. I'll be moving on. What she say? Whose draws are these? You know I wear a size 4. And so yeah, I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is all about you moving on. You guys are like kind of freshly single, and you're moving on. Also, I always see the bird as my divine messages, so I feel like you're being led or guided on where you're even moving on to, which is probably what even helped you to move on. I feel like you already knew what was in store. Like, basically, this person, I feel like you're moving on for this person. I feel like you're literally leaving something, not to go directly into something, but as you're leaving something, I feel like you know by next year where the fuck you gonna be at. You know what I mean? And I feel like you left because your heart was broken. You were dealing with a lot of shit. So you're moving on from heartbreak, from feeling 3 of Swords energy. Give me one more card for that. One more card for the Wheel of Fortune. There we go. Yep, so you're moving on, and as you're moving on, either someone is spying on your ass that doesn't want you to move on, or you're spying on this person that you want to send this message to. Damn, this sounds familiar as fuck, Sag. Go through my archives, yo. I think it... Probably the Sag video I think I got a Sag video I got like 1,000 views on it. It's one of my highest viewed videos. But I believe this is a storyline from then. And that shit was like 5 fucking months ago. But this sounds so familiar to me, yo. And there's no reason I should ever remember a reading from 5 months ago at all. I don't even have I have a horrible memory. Not really. I really have a good one. But not in things like that. You feel me? So there's no reason, but this seems very familiar, other than these oracle cards, because I didn't have those when I did that reading. Yeah, so I feel like I said, I feel like this is the person you're moving on from, who's spying on you and trying to see where the fuck you think you going. I mean, where the fuck you think you going? Oh, fuck it. What? You thought you was dipping like that? What you doing? So that's what's happening right now. This person's literally like, where the fuck do you think you're going? I mean, they're still trying to offer you something, and they're close too. See, now this is the crazy part. I usually see this blockage. I usually see the stream as a blockage in the. I want to say it might be the Knight of Coins. I mean maybe the Knave of Coins. So I usually see this stream as a blockage, and this person is behind it trying to offer, but they can't get to you because they're blocked. But now this person is all up in your face. Why you all in my grill? You feel me? This person's all up in your face right now, trying to offer you something. I feel like you're going to take the offer. I always see this hand as someone who's being sneaky. Just to be honest with you, Sag, I gotta call it like I see it. So I always see this hand as, because you can't see the person. All you can see is their hand. So you don't know who they are. If they run off with this coin, you can't identify them because you never got a good look at them. You know what I mean? So I feel like right now you might be trying to do to this person what they did to you. Or you may feel like maybe this is really about money. Maybe this person truly owes you some fucking money, and you're like, yeah, bitch better have my money. You feel me? Or this person's trying to offer you stability, and you know you don't really want to deal with them like that, but